To millions of viewers, Frank Sutton was Sergeant Vince Carter, red-faced, thunder-voiced, forever barking orders at the wide-eyed Gomer. But the man behind that roar carried something far heavier than any sitcom punchline. And years later, when Sutton finally spoke honestly about it, fans realized they had only known half the story. From real war to television comedy long before Hollywood, Sutton lived through actual combat. He wanted to join the U.S. Marines but failed the color vision test. Instead, he enlisted in the U.S. Army and was sent to the Pacific during World War II. He took part in 14 assault landings, earned a Bronze Star and a Purple Heart, honors he almost never mentioned. When asked if that experience shaped Sergeant Carter, Sutton gave a devastatingly simple answer. "I just remember what it felt like to be scared and trying not to show it." Suddenly, Carter's rage made sense. It wasn't just comedy, it was survival instinct. Fame arrives, and tension follows. When Gomer Pyle, USMC, spun off from The Andy Griffith Show in 1964, Sutton's volcanic drill instructor paired perfectly with Jim Nabors' gentle, innocent Gomer. The contrast was electric. Ratings soared. But off-camera, the relationship cooled. Sutton treated every scene like serious theater. Nabors preferred a lighter, looser approach. They stayed professional, but the warmth faded. The spin-off Sutton refused. By 1969, Nabors decided to leave the show to pursue music and variety television. CBS immediately offered Sutton his own spin-off centered on Sergeant Carter. Or it sounded like a guaranteed hit. Sutton said no. Why? Because he was exhausted. He was tired of shouting, tired of the uniform, tired of being trapped inside one character. He later admitted, "The show boxed me in. I became the type." Instead, he joined Nabors on the Jim Nabors Hour. When CBS pressured Nabors to fire Sutton, Nabors refused, a rare act of loyalty in Hollywood. Not long after, the variety show was canceled during the infamous Rural Purge, which also wiped out hits like the Beverly Hillbillies and Green Acres. Sutton was left adrift, typecast, frustrated, and searching for himself. After Gomer Pyle, Hollywood saw only one thing: Sergeant Carter. So Sutton returned to theater, hoping for deeper roles. But even there, audiences would salute him and beg him to shout his famous lines. In what once felt like success slowly became a cage. Few people noticed. The Columbia University drama graduate, the decorated war veteran, the husband and father, the actor, desperate to be taken seriously. They only wanted the yelling Marine. A sudden ending at just 50. On June 28, 1974, while performing in a stage play in Shreveport, Louisiana, Frank Sutton collapsed backstage from a massive heart attack. He was 50 years old. Tributes remembered Sergeant Carter. Very few remembered the soldier, the scholar, or the man who quietly struggled against being reduced to a single role. How history should remember him today. Reruns of Gomer Pyle, USMC still make people laugh. But behind every explosion of Pyle was a combat veteran masking fear with discipline, an actor fighting typecasting a man who wanted to be more than a uniform. Frank Sutton didn't just play authority. He understood it, because he had lived through the cost of it. If you remember Sergeant Carter, or if this story changes how you see him, share your thoughts. And if you appreciate learning the real stories behind classic TV legends, just tell me. I'd be glad to uncover more.